Welcome to this weekly show, the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast, where we dive into wild tales of teen heroes and underdog outcasts.
From the world of flash fiction, we bring them to you in a fun, entertaining way, kind of like blockbuster action films.
Yeah, so get ready for a thrilling journey into two brand new stories.
And don't forget to rate and follow the show for more captivating stories.
From the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast.
So today we've got two action-packed flash fiction stories for you.
Both centered around resourceful kids defending their homes, which is a pretty cool theme.
It is. The first one, Kid Inventors. It features like this trio of young geniuses,
Left alone for a science fair weekend.
and they got to protect their groundbreaking invention from a thief.
Classic.
Classic. And the second one, Space Camp Cadets, tells the story of, space camp enthusiasts who use their knowledge and astronaut gear to thwart a pair of burglars.
Who mistake their passion for a genuine alien encounter.
Oh, that's hilarious. I can't wait to dive into that one.
Me too. So our mission today is to unpack the ingenuity and teamwork displayed in these tales.
And see what nuggets of wisdom we can extract about problem solving and the power of believing in your passions.
Okay, let's blast off with Kid Inventors. We meet Maya, Ben, and Theo, and their house is basically one giant science experiment, right? Prototypes everywhere.
Oh yeah, the description of their home is fantastic. It's just overflowing with half-finished inventions, wires, and gadgets. Pure, chaotic brilliance.
Delightful chaos. And amidst all that, Maya's got her prized invention, the Energlow 2000.
Lunchbox-sized solar accumulator, potentially revolutionary.
But there's a slight hitch.
Their dad's parting words before heading off to the science fair were a pretty stark warning, right? Something about the Energlow 2000 being a little unpredictable.
Yeah, revolutionary potential, but also a high chance of unexpected explosions.
Setting the stage perfectly, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Unsupervised kids, volatile invention, and a whole weekend ahead.
Recipe for disaster, or, maybe a scientific breakthrough.
Or both. And then, bam, the doorbell rings.
And it's not pizza delivery.
It's a thief, clearly expecting an easy score.
But what I love is Ben's reaction. Even with a stranger breaking into his home, his scientific mind just keeps ticking. Failure is just unexpected data. What a perspective.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Embracing failure as data. It's a core principle of problem solving, really. Not seeing setbacks as dead ends, but as information to guide you.
And then there's Theo, whose first thought isn't to, hide or call for help, but
the security system, of course, the main system is down, most likely due to his own tinkering. But those robo-hamster prototypes,
fully charged.
small and surprisingly agile.
They become the first line of defense. What a brilliant example of using what you have, even if it's not designed for the task at hand.
Totally. They didn't have some fancy security system, but they had these half-finished projects lying around.
So Theo unleashes this swarm of squeaky-wheeled mini-bots, and each one's trailing wires.
Imagine being that thief. You're expecting a quiet house, easy pickings, and suddenly you're tripping over these tiny robots, wires everywhere.
And then his flashlight short circuits.
Genius. It shows the effectiveness of unexpected tactics, right?
Yeah.
Disorienting the intruder. They probably weren't expecting a robot hamster welcoming committee.
Not at all. And then Maya, perfectly positioned on the stairs, unleashes the GLITTERNADO. I love that.
The GLITTERNADO. Repurposed leaf blower spewing out this blinding, sticky glitter.
Who expects that? It's so brilliantly absurd.
Thinking outside the box, right?
Yeah.
Using an everyday item in an unconventional way to, incapacitate an opponent.
It's disruptive, it's nonviolent, it's effective.
And hilarious to picture. And then Ben, not to be outdone, jumps in with his super bounce balls from his perpetual motion experiment.
So now the thief is not only blinded by glitter, but also trying to navigate a floor covered in super bouncy balls. It's almost slapstick, right?
It is, but it's also a testament to how even seemingly insignificant things can become powerful tools, especially when used creatively and, en masse.
Right. And just when the thief thinks he might be getting a handle on things, Theo hits him with
the audio experiment. Chipmunk mating calls at high volume. I love the specificity of that detail.
High-pitched, irritating, disorienting.
Exploiting a completely unexpected vulnerability. Understanding your opponent, even in a general sense, is crucial, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's another example of them using everything at their disposal. Every experiment, every half-baked idea, a potential weapon.
And the culmination of all this ingenuity comes when the thief finally reaches his target. the Energlow 2000.
And it has one last trick up its sleeve.
That high-pitched whine, a byproduct of its unstable nature, is excruciating, especially to young ears.
It's like the invention itself is fighting back.
And then Maya swoops in with the decidedly unglamorous but effective net launcher.
Classic. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. Netted and covered in glitter, the image of that defeated thief is just perfect.
It is. And their post-crisis analysis is just as entertaining. Ben immediately wants to improve the robo-hamsters.
Add an off switch.
A crucial design flaw discovered under pressure.
And Theo, ever the pragmatist, updates his threat database. Burglars, weakness high frequencies, aversion to glitter.
They're treating the whole experience as a learning opportunity, like true scientists.
And I love Maya's protective stance over the Energlow 2000 at the end. It might be volatile, but it's theirs. It's a symbol of their potential.
It's a great reminder that success often comes from working together, pooling your resources, and never giving up on your ideas, even the ones that might seem a little explosive.
Yeah, and the police arriving, the kids sharing a grin, it paints such a fun picture. Their home is a fortress of half-baked brilliance, questionable wiring, and the unyielding belief that their greatest invention
Was their friendship. Okay, let's switch gears and journey into the cosmos,
to Space Camp Cadets.
where we meet Kai, another Maya, and another Ben, fresh from space camp. Their heads still in the stars.
It's infectious, their enthusiasm, right? And it ends up being the key to their, shall we say, unique home defense strategy.
It really is. Their encounter with the burglars is almost comical. The thieves stumble upon a painted rock
A souvenir, clearly.
and immediately assume it's a meteorite fragment. Then they see a plastic telescope.
It's spaceship launch site.
The level of misinterpretation is wild.
But it sets up the story perfectly.
It does. And the kids' reactions are spot on. Kai stifles a laugh. They're in on the joke, while Maya just starts reciting facts about Saturn's atmosphere.
That bad.
Throwing the thieves completely off balance, they're expecting fear, not an astronomy lesson.
Talk about controlling the narrative. They're making the situation seem completely normal, which just throws the thieves even more. And then Ben, with his headset on, pretending to be mission control, scribbling on a star chart.
Muttering about asteroid trajectories. It's brilliant.
They're playing into the thieves' expectations and building a whole new reality around them.
Which brings us to Phase 1, Confuse and Conquer. Kai launches the LED frisbee with the fan attached, their homemade UFO.
So simple, yet so effective.
They're playing on those classic sci-fi tropes, those preconceived notions of alien tech.
The thieves are expecting something sleek and high-tech, and they get a wobbly frisbee.
Perfect example of using limited resources for maximum psychological impact.
It's all about using their imagination against them. And then Maya takes it up a notch with the Lunar Rover Recon.
Their remote-controlled car, with a webcam broadcasting grainy footage of Ben
In his foil spacesuit.
collecting alien soil samples, which, let's be honest, is probably just sandbox dirt.
Sent straight to the thieves' phone.
Low tech, but incredibly convincing within the narrative they've created. Understanding your audience, even if it's a couple of gullible burglars, is key to a successful deception.
Totally. And then they escalate with Phase 2, meteor shower defense.
Water balloons, launched from the roof.
Harmless, but to the bewildered thieves, they're otherworldly projectiles.
The absurdity just keeps building, and it's fantastic.
You can practically hear the thieves freaking out. And then the grand finale.
The hidden speakers.
Blasting a distorted, coded alien message, which is actually just...
Guy reciting the periodic table. Brilliant.
Sounds alien, right? But totally meaningless to anyone who hasn't taken high school chemistry.
Quick thinking, using their knowledge in an unexpected way.
And amidst all this, Ben stumbles upon the thieves' real target.
A bag of stolen watches and jewelry.
Bringing us back down to earth, so to speak. These weren't master criminals after alien artifacts, just regular burglars who got completely outmaneuvered.
Outmaneuvered by a bunch of space camp kids. As they run off, convinced they've stumbled onto a government cover-up, Kai sums it up perfectly. Space camp taught us more than just stars. Taught us how to think outside the box, to use what we know.
I love that. You never know when a seemingly random passion or skill might come in handy.
Absolutely. Learning isn't just about accumulating facts, it's about developing a way of thinking, a flexible, creative approach to problem solving. And then Maya, ever the optimist, wonders, who says aliens have to be enemies?
Such a great question, such a great perspective.
It is. And Ben, of course, wants to send their defense plans to NASA. That's the space camp spirit, right?
Always thinking big. The story ends by placing their little adventure in a larger context. Their home, part of this vast universe, their water balloon battle, a hint of future challenges they might face.
Maybe one day they'll be defending not just their home, but all of Earth.
It really makes you think. Both these stories highlight how young people can use their unique skills, their passions, and their teamwork to overcome unexpected challenges.
In Kid Inventors, it's their inventions, born out of curiosity and experimentation.
And in Space Camp Cadets, it's their knowledge of the cosmos.
It wasn't about brute force or conventional weapons. It was about ingenuity, quick thinking, and collaboration.
Makes you think about your own interests, your own skills. How could you combine them in unexpected ways to solve problems? Maybe you've got some half-baked ideas that could be pretty powerful if you looked at them from a different angle.
And don't forget the people around you. Who are your collaborators? Whose strengths complement yours? These stories show us the power of teamwork, of recognizing the value each individual brings.
It's about building a diverse team, a team where different skills and perspectives can be brought to bear on any problem.
These flash fiction stories are a fantastic reminder that ingenuity often blossoms in the most unexpected places. True strength isn't always in fancy tools or advanced knowledge, but in the ability to adapt, collaborate, and believe in the power of your own unique perspective.
And the perspectives of those around you. We hope this journey has sparked some inspiration, maybe a new way of looking at the resources and relationships in your own life. Until our next thrilling adventure on the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast, keep exploring, keep inventing, and keep believing in the power of your own unexpected strengths.